Hello, and welcome to the Basic Bee podcast. I'm your host and favorite SEO coach, Brittany Herzberg. All right, I'm going to throw you for a loop today. Instead of focusing so hard on strategy, I want to focus on something that's less tangible, but equally as important to SEO, and that is the energetics of SEO. 2025 has truly been my year to come out of the spiritual closet, if you will, which in my world, spiritual could be religious or it could be more of a I'm in touch with the universe kind of thing. You do you. All right, I want to start with some stories because I've seen this play out in several different ways when people are not in alignment with a strategy. For one, I see this come up a ton with pricing. Maybe you've even had this happen yourself. You work with a coach or a business friend gives you an idea, or maybe you hear something even on a podcast, so you go with it. But you know full well you're not feeling good about it. Guess what? It doesn't work, does it? There's a difference between being challenged and wanting that challenge of pushing your edge versus going along with something that just is not a full body yes for you. In another more SEO related example, I think this was a couple years ago now, I had a copywriting client who just was not ready to put herself out there. She came in saying she wanted to be bolder and stand out and say more things and call more things out. But when it came down to it, her nervous system did not feel safe at all doing that yet. That is definitely something she could have gotten into, but at the time we worked together, it was not there. So because I was doing SEO copywriting and it was a website, I would suggest keywords. I would suggest copy. I was going along with certain brand voice guidelines and that kind of thing. And there was just such resistance. And that's okay. But I noticed that. So when that was happening, I was aware of it. And I was like, okay, this is how we're going to handle this. We're just going to go with what she feels comfortable with for right now, because she was not ready for it. If I had pushed things, or if she had maybe felt obligated to go along with the stuff I was suggesting, knowing she didn't feel good about it, it wouldn't have worked out. There has to be that alignment there. So what exactly do I mean by energetics? Maybe this is the first time you're hearing this. Maybe you have heard this before, but you're like, what do you actually mean by it, Brittany? This came up in a conversation recently, and I'm actually going to play some of the conversation. I asked for permission. Don't worry. We are clear on that. But the phrasing that came out of it that really felt good was that energetics, what I'm saying is that there's this power of intention and aligned action behind it. So there's really this like movement, this momentum, this feeling that is behind what you're choosing, the words you're choosing to use, the types of things that you're choosing to say. We can choose, by the way, the perfect keywords. But if you're not feeling good about it, if your energy is not quote unquote behind it, it will not be as powerful as it could be if you were really feeling good about it. If you were really like, yes, this is exactly what I want to say. This is what I want to put out there. So I'm going to go ahead and play that conversation from inside one of my SEO programs for you now, and then I'll come back and I'll have a little bit more to share with you.
I like what you were saying today about the energetics piece.
Mm-hmm.
Because I think for my like analytical, logical brain, it's always been like, yeah, but you still need to do something, right? Like you can't just be rubbing crystals together, right? And having this in place feels like that's what I'm doing.
Yep.
So it's like, okay, so the energetics can like ride on this that I've put in place, which makes sense for my logical brain.
Yeah. Those first three questions, who do you want to help? How do you want to help them? What are you known for? What do you want to be known for? Those really call people to the mat. And it's like, what do you want to do here? Like we have astrology that does that to us, but like this is me actually putting someone in a position where it's like, what do you want here? And are you willing to say it? And if you are willing to say it, here's the keywords that we can plug in and they can work for you.
It's the power of intention, right?
Yes.
It's not just hoping and wishing.
Mm-hmm.
And I was writing an email about this for my audience recently. Like, it's not just hoping and wishing. That's not the same as intention, right? Intention is like, no, I'm doing it.
Yeah. There's aligned action behind it.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. This is good because I haven't quite been able to put the words to it, but I've started talking about it and I'm like, this is going to sound so wacky, but it's so on point. And the people who get it. And if they don't get it, they're not my people. And that's cool.
Yeah. And it's like this is the form and the function behind the frequency,
Mm-hmm.
right?
You
It's
got it.
first, but if you don't have the structure, it's like it doesn't land in the 3D
Mm-hmm.
for people, right?
Yep.
That
Yep.
that makes a lot of sense for me.
Good.
Because for a long time, I like struggled with the question, like, how can you be a spiritual person and a business person? Like, one's a 5D thing and one's a 3D thing, and they don't make sense. But I can see how, like, the energetics is another door,
Yeah.
right? Like, SEO is just another door that if you're actually in alignment,
Mm-hmm.
said, people can come through.
And that's been the wildest thing to watch, even with my own stuff, because I've had SEO in place since 2020. And yet, really, this year, just within the last 6 to 9 months, things took off and
Um,
it's actually working.
I feel like you need to screen grab this conversation as part of your content.
Oh, we're
I
still recording. I mean, we could.
feel
Thanks for
like
your blessing. Actually, if you're okay with it, maybe I'll weave it into a podcast episode.
yeah, go for it.
You
If
want
you
me to name you or keep you anonymous?
need me, I don't mind.
Okay.
If you want to talk like SEO and energetics, like that would be
It's
cool.
on my topics list for my solo podcasts. This is great. Even the fact that the word intention is in there, I talk about it all the time, but I hadn't really connected intention with energetics. And like to some degree, I even tell people the keyword choice, it kind of matters, but it kind of doesn't. If your energy's behind it, it's going to do what it needs to do. And people belabor the keywords that they choose. And it's like, do you feel good about this one or do you feel good about that one? Go with
Mhm.
that.
Yeah, cool.
I love this. So, how do you align your frequency to support your SEO strategy? By being intentional with those 3 questions, you're naturally going to find alignment. So, as a reminder of what the 3 questions are, because this has come up also in the DMs this week, which I'm really grateful for. And even with a done for you client who's onboarding, she was saying the thing that a lot of people say, whether they're in a program, whether they're doing the self-paced courses, whether they're working with me in a done for you capacity. These are the questions, and there is resistance that comes up around them. So that's okay. Who do you help? How do you help them? And what do you want to be known for? That last one, the what do you want to be known for, is really how do you envision someone talking about you in a really simple way when they're referring someone to you? That's how you can think of that. The first 2, who do you help and how do you help them? That can be really confronting. And that is totally a normal response to have. And I want to spend a little bit of time here. So maybe you pause the podcast and you journal on some of these things, or you write it out, or you send yourself a voice note, whatever you need to do. It's critical that we nail this for the season you're in right now, because this is going to dictate the type of keywords you're going to find, the type of things you're going to say, the type of messaging that's out there, the type of vibe that you're putting out there. It cannot be understated. If I could, like, I don't know, somehow do this in audio format where I would underline and bold and italicize this, I would. So let's spend some time here. Who do you help? Who are those people? It could be broad. It could be very specific. It just depends on you, your industry, your niche. Again, the thing you want to be known for. So for me, the who I work with are established entrepreneurs. And I've played around with this quite a bit in the last few years. If you've been around me, you've seen this. And actually, for a little while, I hesitated in saying established entrepreneurs because I had some feedback from a couple people who I really enjoy working with that they said they wouldn't have felt comfortable coming to me to work together if I said something like established entrepreneurs. They felt like they weren't there yet. Well, with so much love, that is where they're at. I'm in the position where I want to work with established entrepreneurs because you have worked with people, you have probably been around for years. Your business has probably seen at least a couple of iterations, and maybe you're going into a next one. I want to work with you. I want to support you because I'm really, really good at working with people as they're shedding an identity and going in to claim the next one and embody the next one. That can be a really scary time, and it can be really helpful to have a guide and just a support system there, even if all you're doing is bouncing ideas off them, you know? So it's important, and you can even hear it as I'm talking about it. I can feel it as I'm talking about it. It's important for me to lean into that and to know that the people that I had the conversations with where they said they weren't feeling great about me phrasing it that way and they wouldn't have come to me, I love them and I have resources for them if they're feeling like that's not them that I'm speaking to. I need to go with what I'm feeling in my gut at this time in this season. And so do you. So with that in mind, Who do you help? Now with the next one, how do you help them? I feel like these are also in flux quite a bit of the time. When I'm asking about how do you help people, that could be you highlighting the transformation of what's the other side? What's that thing that people want to get to? Is it more clients, more leads, more money, more time? What is that thing? Is it freedom from something? What is that? So that could be how you're helping them. You could call out the transformation. You could also, and this is what I initially had in mind when I was thinking of this question and how I've used it a lot with Done For You clients, is what are the actual things? Is it a service? Is it a product? Is it a program? Is it a physical product? What is it that you are bringing people into and helping them? Is it one-to-one work? Is it a group program? What is that? Do you just have digital products? All of these answers, whether it's the transformation type answers or whether it's the actual types of offers that you have, those are all valid. Those are all important. And it's critical to nail that down because, again, those are going to be the types of things people are going to be going to Google or going to any search bar really and looking for. So you need to say that. And it may seem obvious, but we do really need to say what that thing is, how we help people. Is it a program? Is it a product? Again, just being clear on the offers and the transformation. So with that being said, how do you help people? And then finally, what do you want to be known for? What do you want to be known as? And I say for or as because you might want to be known for, maybe you have mission-driven work and you want your mission to be front and center. That's amazing. You want to call that out. You want to share that with people. You want to put that in your copy. You might be able to find keywords to support it. You probably can. If you can't, that's okay. But knowing the what is important. I also say what do you want to be known as? Because maybe, like me, someone has dubbed you something. So the SEO queen. I love this nickname. And I will embrace it for as long as I possibly can, as long as I'm doing this work. I love that. It lights me up. It feels like it has the energy and the vibe of me and how I help people. So I want people to be saying something like that when they're sending people my way, when they're referring someone, whether that's a tag on Threads or a one-to-one introduction in an email. I want that to be a thing, So what does that look like for you? What do you want to be known for? Or what do you want to be known as? Moving on from that, other things could also be supportive to your SEO strategy and your frequency. So remember the story I said at the beginning of this. Your nervous system needs to feel safe. As a massage therapist, I've seen this, and then it's followed me since then. It's followed me into copywriting. It's followed me into SEO. So maybe you try EFT tapping or meditation or visualization, or you go to therapy, whatever that looks like for you to feel safe in your body to call in the thing that you're saying you want, do that. It may take some experimentation. You may need to play around with some things. Maybe it's going to acupuncture. Maybe it's having massages. Maybe it's laying in the grass outside. Whatever that thing is, you need to find that safety. You need to bring in that safety because so many of us have not felt safe for so very many different reasons. So as you shed that old identity and step into the new and embody the new one, you need to bring safety into that. Because when your nervous system feels good, you're going to be able to put your vibe out there. You're going to be able to talk about stuff. You're going to light up when you talk about who you help and how you help them. It's just going to happen. And in addition to feeling safe, you also have to be willing to claim the thing that you want to get found for. So answering those questions is going to be really, really important. Underscore, bold, highlight, italicize, do all the things. So this has come up quite a bit recently, which is one of the reasons I wanted to talk about this with the Done For You clients that have been onboarding with the SEO programs. And one thing I'm really excited for with this next round of SEO and Grow, that's starting in November, by the way, is that I'm specifically bringing in 3 guest experts who, in their own individual ways, help entrepreneurs to feel safe and to find that alignment so they can get found for what they truly want to get found for. It has been such a thing I've noticed just in the last month, again, with Done For You and with program clients. And I'm like, okay, what can I do? How can I help? What can I bring in? What would be supportive? So in SEO and Grow, in this next round, there's a voice and visibility coach, there's an astrologer, and there's a business coach. And that's all the beans I can spill for right now. So just know that if this conversation is resonating with you and you're looking for some support and you want a group program, we're going to have some support for that in there. And we're going to figure out what this looks like together for you, of how you can bring that safety in so that you can really step into that next version of you, that next identity. I find that talking things out can truly be the most beneficial first step with getting the energetic component of SEO in alignment. So if you're looking for more of one-to-one support versus a group program, I'd highly recommend booking either an SEO strategy session or a month of Voxer or Telegram coaching. They're the same price. It's really just the difference of if you'd rather have a 1-hour call with me or 1 month of asynchronous communication. And if you have any questions, of course, you can reach out. If you do use that text button below in the podcast player and you do want me to reach out to you, just give me some way. You can tell me an email or tell me your Instagram handle, or you could just find me on Instagram. That's also a totally perfect option. So I know this is probably a conversation that you never expected to have with SEO, but I feel like it's such an important one, especially because it's been coming up so very much. And I've seen it over the years just become louder and louder and louder. And I hope something in here was helpful for you. Remember, one step at a time, friend. Okay, know that I'm over here cheering you on your SEO journey. You've heard me talk about it, but how exactly does social proof support SEO? Well, your clients are kind of freaking brilliant because when they share what it's like to work with you or what they were able to achieve or accomplish with your help, they use words that other people are searching for. For real, they'll say things like, I walk away with practical tips to apply SEO to my own business, or all online business owners need to know about your SEO course, or Brittany helps me understand SEO in a real and tangible way. You know what's coming next, right? I need your help to get the Basic Bee podcast reaching more of the right ear holes. When you follow, rate, review, and share the show, that helps me help more entrepreneurs discover and lean into the magic of SEO. As a little extra incentive to write a review, once a month, I'll be selecting one podcast reviewer to receive a free mini SEO audit. You'll help me get discovered, and I'll do the same for you. Check the description for more info.